Hello, students. Welcome back. I am the Vice Principal, and my name is Scott Dowling. Your teachers and administrators have spent the past few months preparing the best education that we can provide, and we hope that you are as excited to be at Uintah Middle School as we are to have you here. If there is anything I can do to help make your experience at school more enjoyable, please let me know. I am here to support you however I can as you learn. My main job is to work with students whose behavior has disrupted class to the point that the learning of other students has been negatively impacted. Even though I am the boogeyman in the office who issues consequences and calls home to tattle for poor behavior, I would like to be as positive as possible while working together, and I truly hope that we can all be friendly and kind in our interactions with each other. I'd like to take a minute to tell you what you can expect if your behavior causes problems in class. Please follow along while I review the classroom behavior process that each of your teachers will follow while guiding you and correcting poor behavior. As educators in a middle school, we understand that you are all learning the right way to behave in class. Some of you will cause no problems this year. Some of you will be excluded from school for behavior as a last resort and after all other options have failed. Most of you will fall somewhere in between these two extremes. It is totally appropriate for children your age to behave in a way that bothers other people, and everybody makes mistakes. It's how you move past a mistake that defines you. Before I get too far, let me warn you about something. There are two behaviors that get you sent straight to the office: being vulgar or a direct refusal of what an adult is asking you to do while at school. Vulgar behavior includes things like the F word, sexual inappropriateness, and racist or threatening comments. If you behave in that way, you can expect to be sent straight to the office. A refusal should never happen, but if a teacher requests that you do something and you do not, they will ask you, "Is that a refusal?" And if you say yes, or do not immediately comply with the teacher's directive, then you will be sent straight to the office. Besides vulgarities and refusals, behavior problems are best dealt with by the teacher using some of the many classroom management tricks that they have been trained in. At Uintah Middle School, teachers will work to guide and correct your behavior rather than issue severe discipline and consequences. Again, this is because we know that you are learning how to manage your behavior and we are willing to help you learn. Step 1 of the classroom behavior process is for the teacher to try a few things with you to help you correct the behavior on your own. We do not tolerate behavior that continues past this point, and this needs to be made completely clear. It is not appropriate for people your age to continue making the same behavior mistakes over and over when your teacher is using research-based and effective methods to get you to stop. If your teacher feels that you are pushing the limit of age-appropriate behavior, they will ask you to sign the behavior log as a warning that they are tired of it, and the behavior needs to stop immediately. The behavior log is documented proof that a student is struggling and may need more severe steps to be taken to fix the behavior. Also, I get an email every time the log is signed and keep a list in my office of all the behavior log signings from across the school all year. Many times, arrangements to fix behavior depend on the total number of times you have signed the log. The behavior record is the easiest way for me to know how often a student has caused problems in class, whether or not they've ended up in the office over it. Be clear that step 2 of the classroom behavior process is to sign the behavior log. There are no extra chances once you sign the log. Consider yourselves warned. If the behavior continues past this point, then the teacher is not expected to put up correcting your behavior above the learning needs of others, and you will be sent to the office. Once in the office, it's my turn to deal with you. I do not like to yell, threaten, be mean, or otherwise interact with you in a way that makes you hate my stupid face. I'd rather have calm conversations where we discuss the problems, the damage caused, and a way to move forward together so that you and your teachers can have healthy relationships without anyone holding a grudge over the way they were treated. I have a few tricks up my sleeve, and you need to know that most office referrals result in about a week of trackers and check-ins and many follow-ups with teachers and parents. It is not a quick one-trip visit to the office for most problems. Although I do give credit for effort and a willingness to work together, I do not let students off the hook until they have proven that there is not a likelihood of future problems occurring. Behavior contracts and daily trackers provide the backbone of how I document your problems and efforts to fix them. If you end up on a tracker, please understand that I use those to document good behavior so that I can back off restrictions that inevitably result from most conversations we have about behavior. Before dealing with me, though, you will go through a holding process that involves reflecting on your behavior and the damage it has caused. It is possible to get out of the office and go back to class quickly, but if you aren't ready to deal with it, then neither am I. Any work you miss while you are in the office is your responsibility to complete, regardless of how long I hold you before feeling comfortable with you returning to class. I would also like to address a safety issue that we rarely deal with at this school: fighting. Disagreements are natural when dealing with other humans, and it is normal for people your age to not know the appropriate way to handle conflict, but violence is absolutely not tolerated in this building. If you need help dealing with a conflict in a healthy way, please reach out to me or any other adult in this building. If you physically harm another student, you will be dealt with in a very serious way, and you will be on the hook for many weeks of trackers and behavior intervention. If you feel that you are a target for another student, please let me know so that it can be dealt with in a healthy way. We want our students to be comfortable and focused on learning. If you are afraid you will be in a fight, let's work to stop it before it happens. Adults have disagreements all the time and hash it out in a way so that they can move forward without a problem. Be warned that I will be out of the building on Thursday and Friday this week. When I return next Monday, I will follow up with those kids who are reported as having problems while I was gone. If you are one of those students, then you can expect at a minimum that the following will take place: communication with parents about the problem and the clear warning you've all received at this point, a behavior contract, at least 1 week on a behavior tracker, and more consequences is needed depending on the behavior. It's going to be a great year, and I look forward to meeting you all. If you see me in the hall, please introduce yourself. We are all in this together. Thank you for working hard to make Uintah Middle School a positive place where students and staff come together to learn through hard work, accountability, with-itness, kindness, and safety. We are Hawks.